My name's Leon Majcen, and this is the Western Side Sessions presented by Marsh Wear. Hi, I'm Leon Majcen. This song's about the road keeping you from the people you love. It's called Highway 1. I don't know if it's the town or the miles that lie between us now. All I know is that I got a lot to figure out. Feeling like I owe you more, feeling guilty that I don't know how to give you everything that I wish I could give you now. But when push comes to shove, is my best good enough? Am I stuck inside my head making these things up? You stay out of my hard days, always there to lift me up. I'm a walk in the rain, your nice long drive on Highway 1. I wish that I could fake a smile, forget that we've been living in denial. But my heavy heart has weighed me down for a good long while. Can I be honest with you, dear? It's been a minute since my head was clear, but now I'm starting to see the light of day without you near. But now I'm starting to see the light of day without you near. But when push comes to shove, is my best good enough? Am I stuck inside my head making these things up? You still out of my hard days, always there to lift me up. I'm a walk in the rain, your nice long drive on Highway 1. I'm a walk in the rain, your nice long drive on Highway 1. This is a homesick song. It's called Sunday Morning Coffee. I bought a ticket for the next train, coming home today, but I'll be gone tomorrow before the morning sun awaits. I told you I was in love, but my heart was on the run. I didn't think that we'd be another high that had to fall. I wish I knew which way to turn to, wish I knew which way to drive. If I could just see you one more time, drinking coffee beneath the morning light, drinking coffee beneath the morning light. Sunday morning rolls around, Sunday morning rolls around. Woke up early and packed my things, choked up and poured me a drink. 'Cause walking through that door left me feeling poor, was a feeling I tried to ignore. So I walked on down the road, turned around and headed back home. 'Cause eating dinner alone ain't the way to go, so I might as well get on home. And now I know which way to turn to. Now I know which way to drive. If I could just see you one more time, drinking coffee neath the morning light. Drinking coffee neath the morning light. When Sunday morning rolls around. Sunday morning rolls around.
All right, Leon Majcen, how you doing, man?
Doing pretty good.
Awesome.
Good
Well,
to be here.
yeah, thanks again for coming into the studio. Really excited to see you perform and play a few songs, but let's start from the beginning and tell me if I get this right. Your dad is Croatian, right? And your mom's side is Bosnian, and you
Yes,
were
sir.
born in the Czech Republic?
Yeah, I was born in Prague in 1999, and then when I was a year and a half old, we came to the States.
What was that experience like for you, and like how did it shape your upbringing just with that background in general?
I mean, I grew up bilingual. That's one thing, but I mean, I had a good childhood. Grew up just like any other kid. Was 15 minutes away from the beach. It was a good life.
Did you always have music like in your background? Did you naturally pick it up one day, or did you always think music was going to be a part of your life and your career?
When I was 9 years old, I woke up one day and asked Santa Claus for a guitar. I just wanted to play. And to be quite honest, I don't know what sparked it.
Yeah.
Nobody in my family is musical. But Santa Claus delivered, and I got a guitar for Christmas that year. And then I never put it down. I just kept playing. When I was 13, I started playing in bars and in coffee shops, and that kind of just turned to what I'm doing now.
You mentioned kind of growing up like on the Gulf Coast in Florida. So how do you think that really just shaped your music? Because I know you said you performed at some places. I'm assuming like maybe was it like some beachy places? Like was it, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There was a Sharky's, there was a Krabby's, pretty much all those beach bars down on Clearwater Beach. I used to play, 3-4 hour long gigs while I was in high school. And I learned every cover that I could really get my hands on. You know, my dad was a big Bob Dylan, Chris Christopherson fan. He liked like the Rolling Stones and that kind of thing. So, I mean, he kind of nudged me in the right direction. I didn't really get into country music until I started playing in bars, and people were requesting stuff, and I'm like, oh, what's that? And that's kind of how I fell into it.
Yeah. Would you say like the Florida scene in general down there on the coast, does it lean? I mean, I'm sure there's all types of music down there, but is there a lot of like folk and country down there? Like, what would people expect? 'Cause I feel like when you say Florida, your mind probably doesn't go toward
Like a songwriter, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, what was people playing out there?
We had a really good songwriter scene in Tampa Bay. I'd say like a lot of those folks kind of lean towards like the folky side of things. Like there was this guy Joshua Riley who he used to host like an open mic every week at this place called the Whistle Stop.
Yeah.
And every week I would pretty much just prepare 3 songs and go and sing them at the open mic. And you know, Josh was a big John Prine fan, so that kind of nudged me in that direction. And I'm glad I got nudged in that direction. I mean, I had a good community of people to kind of pull from, you know.
I wanted to ask another question about songwriting in particular. I've heard a lot of songwriters talk about having that one song that might have been a turning point for them, whether that you're super proud of the way you've written it, or you've gotten a lot of great feedback from a particular song or a certain story that you tell. Was there any songs that you're just super proud of that you feel like, hey, like I'm pretty dang good songwriter? If you think about, I mean, I think so, but was there a song like that for you?
I guess like this is a bit of a longer winded story, but when I first moved to Nashville, you know, I noticed that a lot of people were like co-writing, and you know, when you move there, you just kind of write with whoever. Before that, I'd always just written by myself. But then I found a couple people that I clicked with, my buddy Presley, and there's one song that I wrote with him. It's Presley Drake, by the way, for anybody who's interested. He's a killer songwriter and a really good friend of mine. I'm actually wearing a shirt right now. But Presley Drake, we wrote this one song. It's unreleased. It's called If That's What It Takes. That song kind of felt like a turning point for me as a songwriter. I guess I never expected to like co-writing until I did. And there's that song. There's Highway 1 that actually just came out. I wrote that with my good buddy Briggs McElway and Thomas Rowland. And yeah, that song's out. I'm happy that it's out. I've been sitting on a lot of this music for months, years. And yeah, I guess those two kind of felt like a turning point. This is a breakup song. I wrote this tune with my good buddy Presley Drake. He came over one day, brought his guitar and a bottle of mezcal, and we finished that bottle of mezcal and we finished this song. It's called If That's What It Takes. Sitting tired in the kitchen, been working all day, got no time nor money to show for anyway. But I'll sit here till dawn, if that's what it takes to forget you. I couldn't blame you for leaving, didn't give you much choice. I was dealing with demons, couldn't drown out the noise. Got a hold of my tongue, the last thing I meant was to hurt you. But I said what I said, I ain't sorry at all. Sold half of my soul just to be there at your beck and call. Gave all of your love to my half-filled heart. Lord knows we was getting to the point it would all fall apart. So I'll just settle for loving you from afar. Yes, that's how that we let things get down to the way that they are. an ending, or I guess it's a start. A good turn of the page as we both drift apart. We had a good run, but it seems it's all in the dust. There's some nights that I need you, but I know not to call. And weigh us both down with the weight of it all. So I hold it all in, if that's what it takes not to hurt you. But I said what I said, I ain't sorry at all. Sold half of my soul just to be there at your beck and call. You gave all of your to my half-filled heart. Lord knows we was getting to the point it would all fall apart. So I'll just settle for loving you from afar. Guess that's how that we let things get down to the way that they are. Guess that's how that we let things get down to the way that they are.
Well, with this record that's coming out right now, we tracked it up at my buddy John Notar's place in Woodstock, New York, and that was recorded throughout the span of a week. All my albums and projects before that were recorded bit by bit over the course of a few years. And, you know, it's nice to actually, you know, dedicate like a whole week just being like, all right, by the end of this week, whatever we have done, that's the album, you know. And I guess it kind of helps you stick to the narrative of what you're trying to get out there. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, no, like it's easier to convey that, the emotion of the project, I guess, when it's all done in one sitting, which I never thought I'd get to track an album that way. But I mean, it was fun. We had a blast. John was smoking pork butt the whole week, and we were eating good, having a good time in the studio. We went fishing that week too. That was nice.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. No, upstate New York's beautiful. I always have a good time up there.
I wanted to ask, when you think of a song, do you really do songs just pop in your head naturally? Or do you, when you're being creative, do you set out to be like, okay, I'm going to write a song like right now? Like I'm going to think in my head, like, what's the process like? It
rarely happens like that.
So tell me how it goes.
I feel like typically like I'll get a melody. Lyrics are something I always kind of have to fight for, you know, and sometimes it's really productive. Sometimes, you know, you get something that comes to you in 5, 10, 15 minutes and you got the song. And then sometimes you get a verse here and then 6 months later you get a chorus and another verse. And then a year from that, you know, you got a song. But I don't know. I'm always kind of collecting like ideas, I guess. I probably use my voice memo folder on my phone more than anything else. But yeah, like typically like sometimes I'll just pick up my guitar and something kind of comes to me and, you know, I'll shotgun some chords and then, you know, I'll sit with it for a little bit and then, you know, figure out the lyrics, you know, or whatever, you know, sometimes like you mumble around like on a set of chords and certain mumbles, I guess, sound like certain words and then you kind of work off that. But yeah, typically like there's really not much of a process for me. Like it just kind of happens how it happens, I guess. Yeah. There was another song that came out on this record called Gray Hairs on Mama's Head.
Yeah, that's a good
And me and Briggs wrote that one together. But we were finishing up Gray Hairs on Mama's Head, and then I just kind of started sidetracking and messing around, and that no 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 kind of came to me, and I was like, Briggs, wait, hold up, we gotta sidetrack. I think I got something, and we ended up writing that song there, and then we ended up redoing the last verse with our good buddy Thomas Rowland, and that's how that song was made. And by the time I went to record up in Woodstock, I knew that was the first song we had to make sure was done and ready to be released.
Okay, to end the conversation, here's a fun one. If you could only listen to 3 albums for the rest of your life, you knew this one was coming.
You're asking tough questions.
Oh yeah. Who would they be? And it can be like 2, 60s or 70s, like, in the past, or it could be one modern one, or within the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it could really be anything. So who would they be?
3 albums. All right. First one, Honky Tonk Heroes, Waylon Jennings, Billy Joe Shaver. Second one, Eagle Rock Fire by Joe Purdy. Third record, and a lot of you might not see this coming, but Continuum, John Mayer. That record is probably, definitely one of my favorites of all time.
We got some John Mayer fans in the studio for sure, behind the cameras.
Man.
But yeah, well, Leon, thanks for just
thanks for having
coming
me,
out.
brother.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man.
And yeah, we can't wait to hear you play. So let's get into it.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
Good to go. All right, Mangrove Shores. Always found it funny, no one sang about her. Cursed her name, Ted left without her. Evening skies of Auburn, wet with rain. With a country smile, a big city talk. Best of both worlds, and she won't stop walking towards the rain on a sunny day. Yeah, she raised me good and she raised me right. Taught me how to fish, she taught me how to fight. She showed me how to be the man I am today. People always seem to have something to say, yet they can't stop coming our way. I guess it's time to let it set them straight. Been running like a child without a home. Ain't got no place I gotta go with. Feeling down like a dog without a bone. Take me back where the Gulf meets Mangrove Shores. Always just talking to me about the things I've seen and things I've heard on the news today. But all I've been doing is casting a line, fishing away and wasting time. Now it's safe to say that I didn't lose my mind. Been running like a child without a home. Ain't got no place I gotta go in. Feeling now like a dog without a bone. Take me back where the Gulf meets Mangrove Shores. Child without a home. Ain't got no place I gotta go in. Feeling down like a dog without a bone. Take me back where the Gulf meets Mangrove Shores. Take me back where the Gulf meets Mangrove Shores. Hell yeah.